Hello, everybody. Fearmy Games here, back once again for some Total War Rome 2. You may notice something a little bit different here, and that's because I've got a new webcam. This one was pretty cheap, only about $60. I got it so that way I wouldn't have to keep borrowing my wife's headset for whenever I wanted to record a video. Not headset, webcam. That's the word. Every time I wanted to record a video, it was mine, but I gave it to her because hers broke. So hopefully it looks all right. I spent like 30 minutes messing with the settings. I even had to actually grab a new light because this one seems a bit more sensitive that my wife was gonna throw away because she didn't want it anymore. And I stuck it right there. Because what was happening is that like my webcam was right over here, the same direction as my main light was, but my face, my pasty face would just glow like a beacon. Like everything else looked pretty fine and normal, but my face, my pasty face was glow. I don't. It's not. It's still pretty, pale looking, but I've at least got it to a point where I'm not glowing, and I'm very happy about that. I'll still keep working on it a little bit more, see what settings I can finagle to get it working. Um, but as it stands right now, I now have three lights going on. My two main, well, technically four if you count the one I always have up way over there, just because it's the upstairs light. I might turn that one off. Who knows? But I have four lights going on. The one that's up above all the way around to give some ambient light, and I have two like kind of direct main lights over here, and then that one way over there. So, anyways, you guys don't care about my technical difficulties of trying to get this episode recorded tonight. Let's just get into the battle. Those guys don't remember last time we moved our army here to Pella to try and threaten the Romans. And what happened is that this one general decided to attack us, probably thinking he might have the advantage because he has that garrison and things like that, and he has all those fancy stars compared to my guy only has 4 stars. But as the auto resolve agrees, we have the definite advantage here. And it's going to be super nice for us because we don't have to now attack the walls to weaken the garrison. So we're going to kind of do exactly what we did with the last one, with the last time the garrison attacked us. Though in that instance, we attacked the guy outside of the city and the garrison went out to help. But, pretty similar situation. We're going to do our best to wipe out the garrison. That way, when we actually attack the city, it will be very lightly defended. And hopefully minimize our own losses. So there is the map tells me this is supposed to. I guess this is a creek, or is this a road? I guess it's a road. I thought this was a river based on the way the map looked, but it looks like this is like a road that kind of goes through the middle of the battlefield. So the guy immediately in front of us is going to just be a horse guy. I'm assuming based on the way the settlement goes, it's reinforced with coming from over here. I don't think we can see the city in this. Yeah, we can't see the city. But, it would make sense the city's over there, lower down in elevation and all that fancy jazz. We're going to do what we always do. We're going to have our phalanx be our strong center to hold the line. This is our weakest army in terms of being, like, big and defensive. Because I just noticed that the army that has a lot of cavalry. So I'm going to do is I'm going to set these guys into 2 lines. Oh, I should probably be more of a checkerboard than actually just dedicated 2 lines. No, I don't want you guys all in one big thing. So let's do kind of like this for maximum utility. I don't want them too deep because I feel like if they're too deep, then it's going to cause its own problems. Which means I might just have to spread out my hoplites more than I would want. Oop, I got the wrong guy. Just to try and get a decent line going here. Yeah, that's funny. I just realized that the 6 is an even number, but it doesn't make a very good checkerboard formation. I need a 7th one stats just to balance this out. It looks hideous. Yeah, but we're going to have our cav on either flank. Their job is to try and... Did I grab the wrong? Yeah, I grabbed the wrong one. The tribes technically could be. I'm worried that they would lose the fight, but I'm actually tempted to see if I could snipe the enemy general. But I feel like that's not the best use of those units, so I'm not going to do that. Now you can see our front line does not fully protect our archers, so I'm going to have to do something I don't like to do, but I'm not going to have a perfect line of top lights. And then with my Thracian warriors more over here where they stick out slightly more. And then put these guys over here. And kind of do this to balance it out. I think that will be the plan here. We get slightly more out, and then of course you guys hold the back line. You guys just are ready to fuck people over. So I'm going to have this formation be locked in as we advance. The other two sides, I'm going to split them up so I don't forget which one's which. Ah, yep, they're walking. I wanted to make sure my guys were walking because I didn't want them to needlessly tire themselves out. I am surprised. It does look like the enemy general is moving forward, which is surprising to me. Oh wait, full backspace right there. I told them to stop because I didn't want to make sure my hoplites were ready if they needed to be able to take a charge. But it looks like once I stopped and arrows started flying, he decided it was not worth his time. I'm going to have group 3 position over here just because I don't know where the enemy is and I want to, I'd rather not be surprised. Where are these guys? Oh, what is that? Alright, so we have definitely found some enemy cab over here. So this does look like where the enemy army is coming out. So I'm going to actually try and do more of an about face here. This time I'm actually going to let them run because I think it'd be more beneficial. At the end of position at the time. These guys seem to be rather uncontested on this flank. On the left flank, I guess I should say for those of you who aren't actively watching the battle. Let's see. Our archers are in position. Our hoplites, of course, being slower, are not exactly in position. I'm going to have to get these guys out of phalanx just so they can reach their positions in time. Because that is more important than them being necessarily in phalanx. Once they get there, I can just put them back in phalanx. I'm going to pull my tribesmen back because they are very susceptible to enemy archer fire, so I'd rather not lose them unnecessarily. Okay, group 3 needs to be initiated. Need to be called into action here. You guys for those guys. You guys for those guys. Why aren't you guys attacking when I tell you to? That's weird. I'm telling you to melee these guys. Why aren't you meleeing them? That was weird. I was doing the usual alt right click and it wasn't doing anything. I don't know why. But it was definitely gonna cause us some problems. They also did the same thing with my general, so I don't know what exactly the issue was. Might be an issue just with like translation there. Our Thracians are gonna get flanked. I forgot to put these guys back in phalanx. I'm gonna do that now. What's going on over here? Yeah, that catfight's being won so without any issues. Enemy heavy command is still back over here. I'm going to start moving my guys up now. They're also almost out of ammunition anyway, so it should be okay. They're going for a flank here. I'm going to I think he's on guard mode or something. Why are you guys not chasing this guy? Right side is that this unit right here may have attacked my guys in the flank, but they're not very strong, and they exposed their flank to my archers, which is a big no-no. There we go. I think I'm going to have to use F instead of Alt for my melee guys. I think that's just going to have to be the best way to do it. I was looking over here. I'm going to pull this archer unit back here and get these guys in that fight. I press Alt for my thing, and my system does not like it at all. I just have to get used to pressing a different button, and I'll be fine. Well, unfortunately, we are near the edge of the battlefield. So we will... Oh, that's a big group right there. Thankfully, we are flanking these guys. This guy's getting pretty beat up just by how much their damage they're taking. Yeah, this should be an easy win for our general, because I'm pretty sure he's the one in this fight. Oh, he's actually in this fight, I forgot. Let's bring him over here. I can bring this guy into that fight. You guys keep chasing those guys. Use the needles indecisively. General came over here to finish off this fight. These guys did a great job of pushing into the enemy here. I'm going to pull them back. I'm going to order my archers to stop firing. Oops. Order them to stop firing to the melee. Well, it looks like they're starting to run out of ammo anyways. The battle's over, but as I said, we need to kill as many of these guys as possible, because this is where the enemy... This big mistake is going to benefit us the most is once we hunt down these various... Again, I have to keep getting... I have to get used to pressing F. Do that big blob. Maybe not necessarily big blob. Actually, might only just be one group that was hardly wounded yet. That group. No, it was two. It was two groups. Not. It was more than a group, but I won't. Maybe it was preemptive of me to say necessarily a blob. I guess. Oh well, not the end of the world. I just put on fast forward, just to skip some time over. Got that done, I think. Yeah, there's still a fair amount of that group. You guys can come help. I should stop firing. Alright, I think it's going to be good enough. And we lost 258 men. The enemy lost $2,684. So, more than 10 times the amount of guys I lost. Feels good, man. Archer's got a hefty amount of kills. Thracian's got a hefty amount of kills. Even my Falxman got a hefty amount of kills. But of course, my cavalry, my general, 260. My other horse unit, 267. Though that might have also been a bit of cleanup because they're faster about it. While my hoplites didn't get a crazy amount of kills, they did exactly what they needed to do. They held the line while I won the flanks and just slowly wrapped into the middle. That's entirely their job, is hold the middle, hold the line, and things will hopefully work out well for us. And that's exactly what happened. Don't mind this little bit of a longer loading screen. We'll just sit back, relax, and hope try to ignore the feeling that my chair just had when I leaned back about falling backwards. Ignore that part. Otherwise, we're doing okay. Yeah, with the amount of kills the enemy team has, that means that, the losses, assuming they don't recover any of those losses, that is leaving just over 400 units left over. which means even if that's all garrison units, I have over 2,300 men left over. I think that's going to be a very easy settlement to take now. And this is a pretty big settlement, and I believe I mentioned this before, but I'm hoping with capturing this that I'll be able to kind of, sort of, not necessarily. I gave the military access, so won't completely block them off. I'm hoping it will at least somewhat deter my allies from pressing forward and taking too much Roman land here. I do want to take this province in Macedonia. Are they really Greek? Not really. They're barbarians at best. No matter what Alexander the Great may have done. So my plan is to take Pella and hopefully that entire province. Kind of use that as our basis. Oh, I was hoping you guys wouldn't attack before my army got here, but it looks like they did. I'm just got to auto-resolve this. It's gonna suck to lose the amount of progress I made. There's no way I can defend with that small of a garrison. The bright side is just that there is an enemy force incoming that will be able to help me retake. Oh, never mind, they just destroyed it. They didn't take it. That makes things easier. But
my people do not like luxury.
I'll take it, but no, but I won't give you any money for it.
Perhaps, and
I will squish you like a bug if you fuck with me, boy. So, you know, they best be careful about how they're acting. I think so. I think they should be careful. Local bandits have offered the service to intimidate the opposition. I will refuse. We're above that. Aristocrat's daughter. One of the nobles has a daughter who's proved herself useful as a mediator between the nobility and the common people. You could hire her as one of your advisors on these matters. However, there are those among the Kents who openly oppose her and would be happy if the woman stayed out of politics. What will you do? I can either hire her for an important character, or I can refuse her and I get political advantage. I don't really feel the need for yet another character, so I'm just going to refuse, get the political favor. Pontus having some banditry problems. We are having some food shortages, so I'm not overly surprised about the fact that there's some problems here. We're going to have to move these guys out earlier than I planned to. Just to deal with this problem. Bright side is the front line is mostly there. But it's like my cavalry looks like I didn't have time to train those guys. I might be able to get away with training some guys here though. I do like these Alpine Assault Infantry and these guys here. Plenty of Zenoi to recruit an army from. Let's see. Which one's better? These guys are better AP, but lower every other stat. I think I'm gonna get the these guys here. That's gonna cause us a food problem. I'm gonna still try and go for the upgrade just in case. Now this army is free to start recruiting now that that other army is no longer taking their recruitment supplies. So so they have all the archers they can recruit. They have some couple of spearmen for the flanks. I'm gonna take some. This is the Roman impersonator, so I can take some boss for an infantry. And I certainly would be happy about that. Maybe reduce the amount of phalanx guys I'm recruiting, so I can have more Roman legionnaires for the Roman impersonators, if I do say so. What's that? Might be worth taking some Thracians, too. I would like more of a cavalry contingent if I can get away with it, but I don't think I can. What is this? This Katakoi as well. Yeah, they do take up the same slot. Bosphorin would be better than these guys. So let's do that. We will see how it pans out with the rest of these guys, but I would like a couple of cav. It looks like I can't recruit any cav. So I might recruit some more Thracians. I do have room for that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's recruit. Oh, never mind. I can't recruit Cav. I was just looking in the wrong spot. Oops. So we can. Let's see. These get some cat decoy. Group a couple of those. Let's see. We have Roma Legionnaires for our main line. We have 2 flanking cavalry. I'm gonna still recruit. I do like to have infantry like reliably on my flanks as well. So I do. Kind of want to recruit more cav too. Here, let's recruit some cav to help flesh out our unit. We'll do 2 more of the 2 of the horse boys because I do like them, and that will round out this army. So this army will be ready in 3 turns, and I'm gonna push north with it. We should be able to take Pella now. Yeah, they have nothing in here really. I'm gonna just do protective stance because I think they'll keep me with the most amount of troops. You know, I might have lost more than I would have if I fought it myself, but you know, it's not in this context. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. So I could liberate them. That would create a new faction, but I'm gonna occupy it. I'm not really interested in here to liberate Pella. That would create a new Macedon faction, and I actually don't know how that would affect things, whether it's positive or negative. I would like to be able to recruit some food here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Make that an inn. I'm going to demolish this. Demolish that. I don't necessarily need a military center. Because I already have a military being built up over here. I don't know why that increases banditry, having a military colony here. But it'd be nice to be able to recruit more troops there. I'm just going to demolish this. I'm going to try to make this more food focused if I can. I'll leave this for now, as it is as well. It'll take a moment for this army to be able to replenish. Let's kind of sit here for a little bit. But I would like to advance on Larissa as soon as I feel confident, which honestly I might just preemptively move it out now that I'm seeing how many armies of my allies are just right on the doorstep here. I don't want them outrunning my guys. And if they do attack Pella, I have an army right here ready to take it back. And the AI can see that. So it's not like it's, doesn't know that. Oh, there's like some special units here I could recruit, like some Macedonians, some Thessalonian troops. I don't, of course, have the... Oh, and some fancy-looking slingers here. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've seen those guys before. Yeah, I think I might preemptively just move out. If I stay out of it, does that affect this? It actually is a boon. There is an army here that's sanctioned over, but I have a 20 stack. That's a 13 stack, so it should be a pretty easy victory for us if we can push in here, take them out. This other army here, I'm probably going to send it west. That or I might have to take Apolloniana just to make sure we don't lose one of the settlements in this province that I'm actually taking for myself. And then I'm going to have this third army that's way back over here, the Wanderers. Since they do have that's pretty powerful force, I'm going to have these guys go to Athens to siege it, and then I'll liberate Athens, and I'll move on to Sparta and liberate Sparta. I think there is passage here, so I might be, by the time Athens is taken, I might be moving another army here directly to Sparta. Sparta is not exactly a big settlement, so it should be pretty easy to take over. Yeah, this army's here. I don't think it's close enough to reinforce. They attack it again, which has been unfortunate. But hopefully it's close enough to dissuade the enemy from thinking it's a good disband upgrade. From thinking it's a good idea to take it, because if they take it, they'll instantly lose it. Again, I want to move this army out here to take these guys who are raiding, but I have a problem with the fact that if I take them out to raid, I don't know where the enemy is over here, and they might be able to just take a kink, which would really piss me off. It would genuinely piss me off. Anyways, so they do have spies there that would tell them that I did that too. How was the progress for Ares Dread? I want to make sure they're kind of moving to where I want them to go. They're over here. They haven't moved yet. This would be their first turn of movement. I eventually want them to get to Antioch. See that beans out. I think I'm going to end this turn here. We'll see how this end turn goes, and then do some finagling. Don't you dare crash. I just fought a battle, and I didn't save. Thank goodness. Looks like the enemy army knew that they couldn't take me, so they decided to fall back. I'm tempted to attack the city, like, besiege it, but not actually take the next one, because it would give time for another army of mine to arrive, to reinforce it, because it is a wounded army. It's not exactly a perfectly healthy army. Um, well, this end turn will kind of see if the enemy's fool enough to take the settlement for a turn. They're at war with I would be tempted to take it, but except for two things. One, you're demanding money from me, and two, you're at war with Egypt, and I don't feel like pissing off Egypt right now. It also does not that all my armies are like, a sea away from Egypt. If the Egypt attack, I have one army in the region ready to defend that entire heartland of my empire. We have plus 10 loyalty for other parties, which is nice. And the enemy did have a rebel army. It's not a very big army, though. So I think that sacking reset all of those, which sucks. I'm just gonna auto resolve this. It will probably mean I lose more guys, but again, I can't be bothered, to be honest. Just slaughter the rebels. No enslavement for them. They had a choice to be free members of my kingdom, but they chose instead to rebel like rabid dogs. Let's see. I'm gonna check. What I'm doing right now is I'm kind of checking to see what's gonna start causing me problems because I do need food. One of the things I don't like about DEI that's becoming more and more apparent as I go through the campaign is just the fact that it's like things that give public order cost food for the most part. Things that give food cause negative public order. And it's just like, why does this have to be like a cycle of I do this, oh, you do that. Great. This is fun. you know? Okay, this army actually can immediately come join in the fight. So I am going to go here. I'm going to besiege it real fast. I'm gonna let this army come over here. I'm gonna then send this army to Pollyanna. I'm gonna build like subterranean artifacts because I do want a happy populace. Like it's never a bad thing to have a happy populace. So I have two battles lined up. Both these will have to go end up next part. First one is I am going to attack here because I do have both my armies, which means I don't have to worry about somebody following up over here. And then whichever army is largely unharmed, I'll be able to then move to Athens and then besiege Athens, and go through my plans of liberation. These guys are 2 turns away from taking Apolloniana. I'm not worried about the enemy stack, which I saw retreat in that direction, because that's a minor settlement and like a little over half a stack, so I'm not worried about it. These guys, well, I would love to take on these guys who are causing problems. I want to first deal with these guys here who are actually threatening my settlement, because I don't want to lose progress yet again. So I'm going to move these guys to attack. I am going to chase these guys out because no mercy for the wicked. So we're gonna put a quick save. I'm not gonna auto resolve this one because I do want this army as healthy as possible. Because I plan to immediately take this army once I kill these guys, bring it over to that raiding army, kill that raiding army, and then once I've secured the area around Singleton and hopefully fix the public order problem, I plan on then going to take these guys' capital and going from there. Yeah, we're going to end this part here, though, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have some feedback about the camera, just let me know. I'm still finagling with the settings, but I was like, after 30 minutes finagling, I'm like, this is good enough. I need to record this part and then go to bed. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one. And remember, this series is every 2 weeks. Until the end of July, I'm going to do the Guild Wars one every week, hopefully. But starting in August, Guild Wars is also going back to every other week, and I'll basically be just posting videos every other week, and kind of going from there. But have a good day, night, evening, wherever you guys may be.